I was a bitch. Plain simple, bro. He's a bitch. Abba has dropped another video on your boy titled Stevie Knight Called Us Out, Got Exposed Instead, bro. Let me preface this by saying that I already know Peeps' minds is made up about me, especially Abba and them in this echo chamber of his minions or whatnot, bro. It don't matter what I say or what I can show y'all, whatever y'all minds is made up. Cool. Before I even tap in to see what Abba has concocted here this time, man, let y'all know, bro. Like, you know, I fucked with Abba before. I mean, not personally. Not personally. I ain't know him like that. You know, we chopped it up a few times directly on Instagram or whatnot, man. But nothing like, you know, worth note. You know what I'm saying? But I had enough rapport with him to reach out to him, see if he wanted to discuss the whole Kirk situation, man. You know what I mean? I knew his perspective was opposite mine. You know what I mean? And I figured we was two commonsensical, reasonable individual that would be able to participate in a debate and make it productive and, you know, thought-provoking for those watching it, man. And I thought the interview or conversation debate went smoothly, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't have no qualms or quarrels with it at all, bro. So I was definitely surprised seeing that he dropped a video in response to the debate, you know, which highlighted me in a certain way. After watching that video, I reached out to Abba directly because I'm not with this messy shit, dog. I swear I'm not. You know what I mean? And this is good for business regardless, dog. Regardless of how I'm perceived or how I'm looking, bro, it is good for business. He give me views or whatnot. Despite where his views coming from, it's still views. And people that know me enough, rock with me, they know what type of time I'm on, dog. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about any narratives and manufactured narratives from Abba, dog. You can follow me enough. You know what type of time I'm on. I ain't got shit to prove to nobody, dog. But, you know, I still need to provide my perspective. You know what I mean? But with that, reached out to Abba after I peeped the video of him highlighting me a certain way. He didn't respond. So I dropped my response video, man, and gave my perspective. I thought his video was disingenuous. I thought it was fake, given what we discussed on our debate. And then we're here now, man. Before I dive into this, bro, just gonna show y'all the numerous opportunities, numerous times I tried to holler at bro, dog. You know what I mean? Because real shit, dog, there's nothing here. Maybe it is to y'all. There's nothing here enough for me to be giving this amount of energy to, man. But Abba is swarming to it like flies on shit. It has me perplexed, bro, because it ain't, like I said before, I'm not like no popping crazy viral ass YouTuber that get views off of, bro. I mean, I don't know if this is just his MO to get views or stir the pot, dog. I don't know Abba enough to give a fuck about it. I could care less about what he says or what y'all think, but, you know, I'm not gonna just let whatever he about to say slide. Watch this video, dog. But look, tried to holler at bro plenty of times, bro. I'm gonna show y'all what type of individual this is, which was eye-opening to me. Thursday at 5 o'clock, this yo right here, that was the yo I sent him after I peeped this video. All right, got no response. Following day, I posted my response video to his, and then he hits me up Saturday. Your own comment section is roasting you for how goofy you are, and you notice that none of the new fans you're bootlicking for are defending you. You know, mind you, during our conversation, wasn't no slander, I mean, even up here, bro, like, we've been cool. I'm not gonna let y'all see that, man, but, you know, wasn't no name calling and none of that, bro. He wasn't calling me no types of bootlicker, coon, what is that, bootlicker, coon, Uncle Tom, whatever the fuck, right? And honestly, I was confused when I saw him call me a bootlicker. I'm like, what was it that we discussed during our conversation that would make you call me a bootlicker? But mind you, prior to this, Abba ain't had no type of this negative energy towards me, bro. And then, you know, you find me apart in my response video when I was disrespectful to him, bro. I called him disingenuous. I said he manufactured narratives. But anyway, your own comment section is roasting you for how goofy you are, and you notice that none of the new fans you're bootlicking for are defending you. You're going to try to call me fake when you launched a video out of nowhere calling me a liar and someone manufacturing narratives. Did I whine then about how dirty the social media world is? No. Now when I do a follow-up video, which I said I was gonna do, you want to bitch online. Maybe if you had gotten those school lunches when you were a kid, you would have had the energy to learn to speak and think beyond the 3rd grade level. Good luck with your right-wing conservative grift. We all know what's coming since you made 20 times more videos about your daddy Kirk than you did any other shooting of innocent black people. It's very telling of who Abba is, and I didn't know Abba was like this. Clearly y'all know. Abba's fans or Abba's followers know he's like this, man. And when I read that, it surprised me because I didn't think that Abba was the ops. He's labeling me a bootlicker and saying that I am doing a right-wing grift because of my daddy Kirk, dog. That's a problem, man. It couldn't be the furthest from the truth. First of all, this is definitely not my first time providing, I guess, more conservative talking points on my videos on my Night Talk channel, bro. If you've been rocking me long enough, you know that's the fucking case. It couldn't be that I just felt for a man who was assassinated for speaking truth. It always has to do with color. We got to put color on everything, bro. And this was surprising. I didn't know Abba was like this, bro. I did not know Abba was like this. And had I known Abba was like this, I wouldn't have even had that conversation with him, bro, because he's one of the main people I be describing when I say there's no talking to them. There's no talking to someone like this who's going to assume that since I'm black, the only reason why I am covering Kirk is because he's white and I'm going to get white views from it. If I pulled up how many followers I have lost in general because of my take on Kirk, it wouldn't make any sense, bro. I'd be working against myself. Yeah, I mean, like me covering Kirk has served to my detriment financially, bro. But I stand on what I stand on. It don't matter if Kirk was maroon, purple, blue, whatever the fuck, bro. He's an individual out here using his right to free speech. An individual was so bothered by it that they took his life. But since I'm black, I have to be selling out. It's a whole fucking problem, dog. And as far as him saying you're going to try to call me fake when you launched a video out of nowhere calling me a liar and someone manufacturing narratives. You saw the debate. I told him that I still believe he manufactured narratives. Do you feel like you manufactured a narrative on Kirk by showing those those snips of him in your video?
Yeah, okay, we can address that because I did have that in my notes as well. I think around like the 20-minute mark, you said I took him out of context, right?
Not even take him out of context. You put your context on it because we let it play. I put the additional clips on it to give it more context.
So just for the viewer, there's a clip that we played, maybe of 15 seconds of Kirk on a Jubilee panel. He's talking to somebody. This is a panel about Christians versus or is it right wingers versus lefties? I don't remember.
I don't know, but it was about abortion.
Okay, it was about abortion.
Well,
right?
that one you put 3 videos.
And Kirk is a very Christian, self-proclaimed Christian. Everybody knows this about him. So in that clip, the woman is asking him a hypothetical where he says, if your 10-year-old daughter was raped, okay, would you force her to keep the child? Is that a fair assessment of the clip?
Yeah.
And then Kirk says yes.
The baby will have the baby, or my girl will have the child.
Okay, and then you said that we were kind of dishonest with how we did that we clipped him out of context, and then we put our own context, right?
No, I'm not saying you put your own context. You didn't put the entire context. Like you said, okay. you led into it by saying, you said I think I'm not gonna speak. I'm gonna recite you verbatim, but it was essentially, I think that Kirk has said some disgusting things as well, and then you played these 3 videos.
I played that clip. Yeah, so let's just talk about the first clip because I remember you taking that first clip and being really shocked. I think let me just see here because I did have that in my notes here. Oh yeah, you said that. You said that was really surprising that you were shocked coming from me. You called me the king of receipts.
Yeah.
But yes.
That's real shit because I rely, but I know when you giving somebody shit, you gonna have to prove the point.
So how do you feel I took that clip out of context?
Because when I see that it's trying to paint Kirk is a monster because he's going to force his 10-year-old daughter to have a child.
Right. But as somebody who's anti-abortion, that's his stance. He will force his daughter to have the child because he feels as though life is precious or whatever it is. And
Yeah.
he sees the fetus as a life. So he's like, my daughter will have that baby. That's his take.
Yeah, but if you let the rest of the video play, I mean, it's subjective. Everybody's going to feel differently watching that. But if you just have that short video, it makes it seem like he's a monster. I don't care. Anti-abortion. She having a baby. It could be for anything because my way or the highway or whatever the case may be, bro. Everybody's not informed on Kirk and his reasonings why. And if I think that you let the video play and gives you his reasonings why, people would understand it. They may not agree with it, but they'll understand it and they'll take a blow away from how they're initially feeling about him being a monster.
Well, they'll see him still as a monster because no matter how much you explain it from a religious standpoint,
that's your opinion though, because I don't see him as a monster.
But that was my whole point. Do you remember what the greater point of that whole section was? That section was about the fact that some people view him as a monster, including me. I don't like the guy. I didn't think his politics were good. That's my personal opinion. I think I'm free to say that. And I played clips that to me showcase his stances on things that I just don't agree with and I think are disgusting. Forcing your 10-year-old daughter to have a baby, okay, that after she was great, okay, you could say it's great for religious reasons. You could give whatever justification you want. There's nothing in there that took him out of context.
It is because if you having that short snippet, people are not going to know why he's doing it. They're just going to know he's doing it. Right, but it was professional. It wasn't disrespectful. This is what I think it is. And I still think it is, bro. But it wasn't no negative energy there. He didn't show me that he was pressed about it. And he definitely didn't tell me he was going to make a video essentially calling me out. I thought the conversation was cool. And then to watch a video of him talking crazy was unexpected. None of that energy was in our conversation. But anyway, enjoy these easy short-term bucks selling out your own people. My response, I hit you up before I dropped the vid, but got no response from you. If you up to it, we can get back on camera or have a chat offline because this ain't it. I'm not going to be doing the back and forth online stuff. So let me know. If not, it's cool. Appreciate the look. LOL, you're a clown. Call me a liar and manipulator multiple times before I said a word. Now you want to hop on the call, man. Carry on grifting. Bro, sound like a female, don't he? He sound like a female, bro. I showed my girl this shit, bro, and she was like, man, it sounds like it's a girl trying to break up with you. Oh man. Okay. This is what I said. When did I call you a liar and manipulator, and what are you referring to when saying before you said a word? And as I stated previously, I DM'd you before recording my response video, but got no response. I was confused when he said liar and manipulator, but he was just addressing how I called him like fake and manufacturing a narrative, bro. You know what I mean? But like me saying liar and manipulator, those words didn't come out my mouth. Those are going to hit different, have a negative tone. I was careful with my words, wanted to call it out, but not be aggressive and make someone feel some type of way doing it, bro. So I never called him a liar and manipulator. But now, he said that I can understand how he put those together. Then he says, do you know what the words coming out your mouth even mean? In your video on us before we ever spoke, you said you intentionally edited the clip to take Kirk out of context. Right. And you said you're just manufacturing a narrative. And he clearly did. He didn't agree that he manufactured a narrative because he said the whole world knows that Kirk is a Christian. So they're going to know why he doesn't support abortion. I disagree.
Stevie, if someone says I'm anti-abortion, I'm a Christian, we know why you don't want an abortion.
In that clip you put, he didn't say he was Christian, though. He just said, she just gave an example and he said, no, she can have a baby. He didn't say he was Christian.
This guy was all over the world, all over the news.
But you're making an assumption, though, bro. You're making an assumption. I'm not making an assumption. Everybody doesn't know Kirk, bro.
No, everybody who saw that clip of him getting murdered knew he was a political speaker who's Christian. There's not a person who didn't see that clip, who didn't see the news reports, who didn't know what he was.
That's absolutely cap, bro. That's cap. That's not true. That's not true. You can't speak for everybody in the world, dog. I know personally because I talk to people now that had no idea who the fuck Kirk was. Now they see him on his timeline going, and they don't know who the fuck he is. That's false, bro.
He has the very standard cookie cutter Christian view on it.
Regardless, you're making the assumption that people know, dog, and that's a dangerous game. You got to give them. You got to give them more.
That's not an assumption, boss. I'm sorry. Anybody who's following this knows he's a Christian political speaker. I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying that.
The whole world knew about Kirk because Kirk got assassinated, and from which I still told him that I believe you're manufacturing a narrative. He disagreed, right? But it was cool. Wasn't no animosity there, right? Anyway, he says, that's you saying I'm manipulating and being deceitful. LMAO, I don't even care that you said it, but for you to cry after we did our vid like you were betrayed, LMAO, bro, you might be one of the most bad faith, dumb people I've ever interacted with. It's just sad that you're doing this at the expense of your own people, kids, and anyone else for your grift. Make 10 more videos crying about Kirk now. Sorry your white zaddy dying changed your life. Yeah. This is who Abba is, bro. This is who Abba is, dog. Let y'all know. But y'all, I mean, Team Abba, y'all are gonna be, yes, I love it. The racism, the white demon. Anybody out here sympathizing for a man assassinated like that is a Uncle Tom. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I can hear it now, bro. This shit is fucked up. Anyway, my response, I got you. I misunderstood, being that I never used the term liar or manipulator in that video. We also addressed this during our conversation. You disagreed that you manufactured a narrative, and I disagreed with that. But regardless, wasn't no bad blood. Hell, wasn't no bad blood even after I did my response to your response. So all this extra emotion regarding the videos is surprising to me. I don't know where all the animosity is coming from. Juice don't seem worth the squeeze. Something don't add up. But hey, you feel how you feel. Definitely been an eye-opening experience, though. And here's his response. LOL, I didn't say liar or manipulator. I just accused you of deceptive behavior to manufacture narratives. You're getting animosity because you're a bad faith clown who can't even stand behind his own words. You want to talk crazy and pretend you didn't say anything. Weirdo, right? I wish he had let me know that he believed I was talking to him crazy, bro. It's like, we had the debate. I mean, I reached out to him after I dropped the video, right? So that just goes to show that I didn't think anything was wrong with my video. Everything was cool. Wasn't no animosity. He didn't have any energy if he felt so strongly about me calling him a liar and a manipulator, bro. Wasn't no negative energy there. But then when I see him drop a video with some negative energy, I'm the wrong one. I'm in the wrong because he didn't have the same energy during our debate, right? It was cool. Him getting mad about it now, or saying something about it now, you should have said something about it before so we could both be on the same page. Like, he's had animosity from jump, but it just was covering it up to set this whole plot up. He watched the video, felt some type of way, held it in. We had our debate, and then his plan was to do a response video to make me look crazy because he felt some type of way about the video I initially posted, but he never told me he felt a way. Like, you feel a way, let a motherfucker know so we can address it. I did not know Abba moved like this, but you know, bro is excellent at portraying a image online. That's for sure. My response. This is Sunday now. Today's Thursday. This is Sunday. Nah, I'm not pretending anything, bro. Shit don't add up to me. You're clearly triggered and emotional over something I'm missing, and you clearly feel away because of my manufacturing a narrative statement, but we discussed this on camera and you didn't have this energy during our conversation. We simply agreed to disagree. You didn't have any negative energy at all from what I could see, but your tone changed in the response video to our conversation. In addition to painting me in a certain way, cherry picking videos to make your point and taking me out of context. As I stated in my response to yours, I believed your response to be very disingenuous and fake. I still didn't have any negative energy though. If that's how you want to get views, get your views. I still have no ill will now. It's not that serious. I just realized there must be something else going on here or miscommunication in regards to this whole situation. And I'm doing my part to get to the bottom of it, but it is what it is, bro. But with that, I reached out to you on DMs the day before I posted, got no response, so I posted my perspective. All this could have been handled if you chopped with me after the debate, but hey, you do what you do. All right, so we squared now. We had this whole conversation, right? And Abba post another video. So
We're doing another Stevie Knight video, and I know that half of you are like,
I could care less. I could care less about
Stevie Knight. He has a titled video called Damn, Is Abba Fake?
I cannot say that I saw this coming. Abba ain't no stranger to doing the extra. So
Okay, so I'm going to just summarize this first point, but I'll link the video below so you guys can go watch it. For those of you who didn't watch the debate, consider yourselves lucky. Here's a recap.
I feel like it felt like I didn't feel like that. I feel like, do you feel like? I feel like I could care less about why you feel the way you feel. I'm not a fucking machine. They need to be controlled. They need to be decapitated to feel heard. I feel like everybody's gonna feel differently. There is emotion tied to it, bro. I'm a human being. Like some children are born in fucked up circumstances, bro. It is what it is. So logically, it is what it is. Oh, that's cap.
That's cap? Did you Google it? Did you Google it?
I don't need to Google it. Somebody Google it in the chat. I don't even need to look up the stat. Every motherfucker engaged in evil could burn.
During our debate, there was a discussion about school, food lunches, starvation, food insecurity.
This was his MO, bro. This is his MO, dog. You know what I mean? Bro gonna put them edits together, put them compilations together to paint a narrative, to manufacture a narrative, bro. But those that watch the damn debate in its entirety, man, to summarize the debate in that manner with the I feel, bro, it's disingenuous, dog. It was a productive conversation. He's just in his feelings, bro. The irony, you trying to make me seem like I feel. But Abba is in his feels.
Kirk were constantly making this point that like kids are not starving, so we don't need these free lunches in school. There's other ways for the kids to get food. Okay, that's pretty much the general gist of it. I try to explain that like not everyone has good parents. Food stamps are not always accessible. 7-year-old can't apply for food stamps. He's like, listen, it's not a real problem. Kids are not emaciated, dying on the side of the street. And he harps on the fact that during the debate,
that was the miscommunication. We're talking past each other. So I saw the debate again, and because this whole conversation came from a snippet of Kirk that he provided to demonize Kirk when a kid in the audience asked him, "Are you against children getting free lunches?" Right, and then Kirk said, "Yes, because there's no children starving in America. There hasn't been a child dying of starvation in the past 10 years, and that's a spade." Right, children are not dying from starvation. So that was my point of view. And he was defending the point of, bad parenting. And I mean, you saw the interview. And like I said, it don't matter what I say at this point, bro. Like, people gonna feel how they feel, man. But I do know we were talking past each other. He was talking about food instability. I was talking about literal starvation, because he went to the extent of trying to compare the starving issue in America to abortion. Like, how can Kirk be, pro-life, but then not want to feed kids? It's not even a fair comparison, man, because abortions, the children don't even have the ability to live, right? Those in America, kids in America, are actually living. They're living, and they're not dying from starvation. So, it's not a fair comparison to me. You know what I mean? But I understand his point with bad parenting or whatnot. But, the government provides $44 billion worth of food to the hungry in some type of way. The money is out there. Anyway, let's continue.
Stevie himself was talking about starvation, like third world starvation, like kids, skinny bones, big belly, dying,
Dog, this isn't fucking people. It's not a famish going on. People are not dying because
they're not dying. But
famish.
I was talking about that. You were talking about a different problem that's less serious, and it's kind of disingenuous of you, Abba, to misrepresent me.
We can't be switching words out now, man. Food insecurity is entirely different than starving. That was the question posed in that debate with Kirk.
Now here's where I'll be accountable. Shouldn't have used the word starvation when I was talking to him. Even though us in colloquial terms, like, yo, I'm starving today, I need to eat. In a discussion,
it ain't the same, bro. Hell no, dog. That was my whole point. But y'all want to gloss over that. That's my whole point, bro. If we're gonna compare children being hungry to abortions, these children better be starving to death, on the verge of dying, if we're going to compare them to abortions. That's my whole point. He wanted to pull me into that conversation, man, but that is why I wasn't giving his conversation energy, because it wasn't a fair comparison to me. Being hungry and the different ways that can represent itself is an entirely different conversation. He wanted to harp on that, man, but we can't compare that to, first of all, we can't compare that to abortion, and that is not starving. Just being hungry, your stomach growling, bro, that's not starving. That's hungry. Right? That's hungry. But only in America, we're going to equate you being hungry to actually starvation. It ain't the fucking same. This here, starvation is a severe and prolonged state of malnutrition that occurs when an organism does not consume enough food to meet its basic energy and nutrient. It is characterized by, we don't suffer from this in America. That was my whole point.
In terms, that's my fault.
You also gave yourself a 3 out of 10.
For the debate performance?
Yes.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. What I don't like is this very bad faith interpretation on his behalf. When him and Kirk argue against school lunches, them talking about starvation. These programs were never implemented to stop famine. They were not put in place so that kids were about to die on the side of the street and like, hey, here's a little sandwich at lunchtime. They were put in place to combat malnutrition because a lot of folks who didn't have access to food would show up, not eat, and their performance levels at school were bad. They couldn't pay attention. That's what the program's about. I personally think it's incredibly bad faith to come to a debate about a topic, about a policy, and argue against something that's never intended for. And throughout the debate with him too, I mentioned it. If you just Google it, it's like so many kids today here in America, looking up the statistics, that have malnutrition, that have food scarcity, that have all these problems. It stunts their growth. It fucks them up in terms of their academic success. If we were talking about kids dying on the side of the street, why the f would I be talking about the fact that they won't get a good grade? And who cares? If we were talking about something that was terminal, I think I'd probably be like, how do we save these kids from dying?
I understand what you're trying to say. What I don't understand is why the f are we debating school lunches?
Sure.
Like you're trying to make a whole point about, no.
This is my thing. Like, we disagree. We can agree to disagree. All right. You know, it's good for views. It's good for TV. It's good for people in the comments. It's good for the bots. It's good for all the trolls or whatnot, man. But big picture, bro. This is why I'm so fucking confused. Like, what am I missing about this? What am I missing about this that Abba needs to bring so much attention to this? These two need to bring so much attention to this debate that he and I had, bro. Abba and Preach are at the top of commentary videos, bro. These motherfuckers rake in millions of views per video addressing all sorts of topics. Why is this one getting so much attention? What is it about this that got Abba so captivated, like so tight, like so emotional, bro?
Just because we're not dealing with third world country problems, don't we solve them all the time? It's like saying, yo, we don't need to make our roads better because we don't have dirt roads like third world country.
Single child in America going hungry doesn't exist.
That's just not true.
We have a child obesity problem. Doesn't exist.
That's just not true.
We have a child obesity problem, not a child starvation problem in this country.
I don't understand this thing where it's like, it has to be one or the other. You know, you could have.
When I hear Kirk say we don't have a child hunger problem, I think of starvation, malnutrition, your bodily function is being affected because of the lack of food. You know what I mean? But I get it. I get it, bro. We were talking about two different conversations. I'm gonna keep repeating myself. The only reason why I'm stuck on starvation is because the abortion comparison, and Kirk highlighting starvation. So it's starvation stuck to me. And then it's like, bro, we could have talked about this. You know what I mean? We could have talked about this, dog. With anything for views, anything to stir the pot, anything to get the motherfuckers going. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, dog, but it's not how I fucking move. But I'm gonna defend myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fucking defend myself, dog, but this shit ain't it, bro.
Both of those things can all coexist like that.
Americans don't know what starving is. We don't know what starving is, man, but, you know, I see what he's doing here. He's playing semantics and moving the goalposts with this conversation, bro.
I love how you accuse me of playing semantics.
That's what
He spent 13 minutes talking about starvation versus food insecurity and not getting enough meals.
That's comedy gold right there.
If you talk
Because he brought up food insecurity, bro.
like that about kids not having access to food, is it any wonder why people think you guys are monsters?
Bro, here we go, bro. He taking me out of context again. See, Abba ain't shit. He ain't shit.
Every time someone's too stupid to enunciate their own point, they always say I was taken out of context. No, you just don't know how to communicate. Maybe if you got a school lunch every time in the 3rd grade, you'd be able to read, speak, and think past a 4th grade level. Maybe. I think you needed them school lunches, Stevie. I was taken out of context. After a while, is it people taking you out of context or you don't know how to communicate?
He may have not liked my opinion. He may not like how I speak. He may not like how I communicate, bro, but I never came with any disrespect. I mean, he felt disrespected by my perspective, by how I view things, dog, but I kept it cool. I kept it professional. You know what I mean? Gave this motherfucker respect, right? Because even in the debate with bro, dog, I peeped it. You know what I mean? I peeped it, bro, but I'm like, all right, I'm going to let him rock. I mean, because I came there for a conversation and Abba came there to go viral, bro. I peeped it. He's out there performing while he's talking, trying to push the conversation to other points, you know, put words in my mouth.
If Kirk's not killed on camera, is this situation more or less tragic?
It's less tragic.
So dying on camera makes a murder worse?
No, not the murder worse, but the effect that has on the people is worse because everybody can see it.
That's the effect that it has on you as an individual. But yeah, the tragedy is the same. The tragedy.
I disagree with you on that. I disagree
Okay, well,
with
yeah,
you.
we're definitely gonna disagree.
Yeah.
If my father dies on camera or doesn't die on camera, at the end of the day, he died. Somebody took my person away from
So
me.
you don't think the fact that everybody can see your father die and have that accessible 24/7 on social media is not going to make the situation any different than having him die?
No, it makes it different. It makes it different. But from a moral standpoint, it's the exact same. There's no difference in morality.
Well,
It's just
morality is a different conversation. I'm just talking about tragedy. Try to, I guess, set up trap cards or whatnot where I'm just coming for a casual conversation. But it makes sense. It makes sense because he felt a type of way from my first video. He just didn't let me know on some bitch shit. Right? That's bitch shit, dog. Like, say it with your chest. Let me know. But all this extra shit, this weirdo shit, this YouTube shit, this fake, this YouTube beef, dog. He didn't want to speak back with me face to face or on the phone. He had to save all this extra whole shit for the camera to perform for y'all, to make Stevie look like the fucking Uncle Tom, bro. Like, I get it, bro. You can play this game, dog, but the hoest sucker shit ever, bro. Like, I was a bitch. Plain simple, bro. He's a bitch. He's a victimhood bitch out here crying, emotional as fuck because he felt some type of way by what I said and didn't have the balls enough to let me know how he felt and gonna cry about it later. We talking about the same debate now for fucking 3 times? What the fuck is the point? To slander Stevie? All right. But this is such hoe shit, bro. This is such hoe shit, dog. Ooh, this is bad, dog. This is not how men move, bro. Regardless of how the fuck y'all feel, regardless of how y'all Abba Glazers, I mean, y'all are gonna rock with it, bro. Cause y'all be doing this, y'all be doing the same shit in the comments, talking all this hoe shit, trolling, saying all this worse shit where y'all wouldn't say none of this shit to a motherfucker's face, right? But then at the same time, it's like, this isn't even worth the shit talking, bro. You would think that I call Abba's mom a bitch or something. You would think I fucked his girl. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing here. So to do all this and be who y'all are, you know what I'm saying, to be doing the YouTube shit as long as y'all have, to have the influences y'all got, I ain't gonna say y'all. I'm not gonna include Preach on it, bro. Preach is just the innocent bystander, bro. Like, he gotta, you know, support his dog. You know what I mean? This is just Abba. This is some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Prior to all this heat, this animosity, even he had animosity in the text messages, bro, in the DMs, dog. But whatever. You feel the way, bro. It's cool. We can, right? But drop another video and come with all this shit for what? To have this fucking energy and then talk like this when there's nothing here. And I gave you numerous opportunities to holler at your boy offline, and you want to do this shit online? That's y'all's man. That's y'all's man. Supporting this bitch behavior, this Twitter finger behavior, this whole shit behavior, bro. And y'all gonna buy it hook, line, and sinker, bro. But you know, birds of a feather flock together, bro. I'm cool. I'm right. This video has gotten long enough, bro. But yeah, I was a bitch. I called him fake, but I was a bitch. He a hoe. He a victim. He's really selling out the black community, bro, by sitting here thinking that all black people need to look at the world the same. How dare a black man stand for a white man who was assassinated for using his right to free speech? Motherfuckers putting black on everything. But when you have this perspective, when you look at life this way, when you're unwilling to speak, when you're unwilling to have discourse, when you start talking shit, that's the whole fucking problem, bro. This is a direct example of all of our problems today with every fucking situation, bro. Getting so mad about nothing online on some sneaky shit, bro. I tried to holler at you, bro, but no, you gonna do this shit, bro? Like, this is the definition of bitch shit, bro. This is the definition of bitch shit. Pussy hurt. Panties in a bunch. But at the end of the day, it's like, what you being a bitch for? That's what I'm confused about. Like, what's the purpose? This is not the first time somebody has said something about you that you didn't approve of. And then I said it right to your face. And no energy. No energy. None of this. None of this lip. None of this lip, bro. And as I'm going back editing the video, come to realize he's probably gay. It's giving gay. It's giving obsessed, bro, because it's too much, dog. It's fucking gay, dog. Gay. It's wicked out here, bro. It is wicked out here, dog. Anyway, thoughts. And I'm very aware I stopped the video early, bro, but I ain't about to sit here and waste another hour getting my thoughts on it, bro. I have since talked to my girl. She saw the whole thing, bro. She said really ain't much else there. He didn't add anything of substance or new to the conversation. He's trying to paint me as Uncle Tom or, coon towards the latter end of the video, I guess bringing up the videos that I've attacked black people by the titles. Because I ain't peeped it, bro. But if that's the case, man, I challenge someone to go through my videos and find somewhere where I'm attacking black people, where I'm making fun of black people, where I'm targeting black people, bro. That's not what I'm about. If anything, certain individuals of the black community are very sensitive and do not like criticism, right? Do not like accountability, bro. And that's what I do. But I hold everyone accountable, dog. Matter of fact, I'm willing to bet that black people are, I can't even say black people, because I don't attack black people, bro. If you're getting pissed at the title, that's on you, because titles are clickbait. And usually I'm just quoting what somebody says in the motherfucking video. But I'm willing to bet that the black community is one that I have the least amount of videos holding accountable, right? It's mostly, but y'all know what it is, right? I'm not going to sit here and convince y'all. I ain't got shit to prove. Right? That's out there, bro. Find me a video where I am attacking black people. Find me a video where I am talking shit to black people, disrespecting black people. Right? I hold my people accountable because I want the best for my people. You know what I mean? But you can't say shit about black folks, regardless, dog. How dare you? If you do, you bitch, you fucking scum, you coon, you whatever the fuck, bro. But when you hear people talk like that, all that does is let you know who you talking to, and you can't talk to them, bro. And Abba is one of those individuals you can't talk to. And then apparently he offered your boy 50 bands to call out white folk. I guess he's trying to like sun me on that. Abba, if you're willing to talk to me directly and not do this online beef, bro, let's play Big Bank take Lil Bank, bro. Go ahead and show me all the little YouTube money you got. 50 bands, bro. The disrespect.